Doing the mechanical assembly drawing over here. I'm going to change the question just a little bit over here. They have asked us to draw a scale of 1:1 third angle orthographic projection of the front view of the assembled parts of the pulley rail and wheel assembly. And I'm also going to ask you to do a right sectional view on AA. So you can see that cutting plane over there on AA, and we're going to look at doing that as well. Right, to start with, they've given us the exploded view over here and the isometric thing with it all together. That is your Bible over there, and obviously we need to look at where the front view is. Okay, that's incredibly important. It says over here that they've got two orthographic projections of each of the parts of the pulley rail and wheel assembly. Now that's not true because they didn't give us the two views of this particular part over here, and we'll look at that in a second. Okay, they say that they've given us a parts list as well, and that's quite important to just make sure that you've got the correct number of parts. Right, over here it says instructions. Answer this question on the answer sheet provided. That is this sheet over here, which I've put some borderlines, etc. around it. It says over here that you need to make use of the provided center lines. Okay, for us, we didn't do that. I've just given you a blank sheet of paper, and you're going to continue with that. Right, specifications. Planning is essential. The drawing must be comply with the guidelines. Show three faces of the M10 nut. Now, I would also always suggest when you do that, just actually do this story over here, throwing three faces. That's very important. Underline that. The nut part 6 must be drawn on in the fasten position at the top of part 7 and part 5 and 7, add the cutting plane and show all hidden detail. Right, okay, let's get going with this game. Start with, the first thing that I always do is to look at this circular part over here. That we're going to see is the biggest part of, or the length of the front view, and it says that it is 100 millimeters. So I'm going to set my pair of compasses to 100 over here. Okay, I come down onto the page and I mark off where the 100 is. I then look at the width of this thing. Now the longest part on this thing would be this bolt, this M10 bolt over here. That is correct, M10 bolt, yep, that's right. And that is 64 millimeters. I'm going to measure off 64 millimeters quickly. 64 millimeters, and I'm going to come to the other side over here, and I'm going to mark that off. Right, if I've got that, I then take a nice big set square, and I'm going to just position this on the page. So I'm going to draw a little construction line, just with a green pencil over here, a little construction line going that way, a little construction line going that way over there, and I now know that basically if I draw this thing and I use this section of the page for the front view, that section of the page for the right view, I will be able to draw everything onto this drawing. Right. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to find the center of this part. So just a construction line going that way, a construction line going that way, and I know that my front view will definitely fit into that section over there with some space on either side. After I've done that, I'm going to start by drawing a center line. On that line that I just drew, long dash, short dash, long dash, short dash, long dash, short dash. Oh, Jesus, pencil's hooking the page. Long dash, short dash, long dash, short dash, long dash. Okay, once I've got that, I then say to myself, well, the base of this thing is easy enough to work out where that's going to go. I've got that center, which is going to be, I'm going to take it as close to the bottom over here, sort of 10 millimeters up or so from the bottom, and just mark that off there. I'm going to start my center line over there for my circles that I'm going to draw. So long dash, short dash, long dash, short dash, long dash, short dash, long dash, short dash, long dash. Right, once I've got that in place, I'm going to draw in the circle, okay, a nice 100 millimeter circle coming around over here, just lightly to start with, because there's going to be a whole lot more information that we need to draw in. But there we go, there's our circle. It then says that I've got a 76 millimeter circle, so I'm going to take that. Sorry, that's 100 millimeter diameter. Ooh, gee. Let's just get a brain over here. It's scale 1:1. That would be a 50 millimeter radius, wouldn't it? Let's get a brain. Okay, so there we go. There's my 100 millimeter diameter, just in construction lines. Then I say that I've got a 76 millimeter. I don't trust my brain, so I'm going to say 76 divided by 2 is equal to 38. And I set my pericompass to 38 then to get the radius of that internal circle over there. Just a construction line circle again. Right, why am I doing these construction line circles? Well, I need to draw in this bracket over here, which says that it's 65 millimeters on either side. Sorry, 65 millimeters. Take that 65 millimeters divided by 2 is equal to, and it says 32.5. Set your pericompass to 32.5. Don't say that you can't measure a half millimeter. That you can definitely do. Make a little mark on that side, make a little mark on that side, and I can now draw in some construction lines going up over here. Right, construction line going up over there, a construction line going up over there. Right, next thing that we need to do is to try and figure out, well, how high must I go to that point? How high must I go up to the very top of this thing? And they don't give that to me. So they say over here, note, any measurements not provided must be assumed to be in good proportion. So I say over here, I need to work out what the scale of this drawing is because they say it is in good proportion. So I say, I've got a nice measurement of 100 millimeters over here, or 100 millimeters in real life, but on the drawing, I'm measuring a very different measurement. I'm measuring 48 millimeters there. So my measurement that I've got for this is actually 48 millimeters. So I'm going to say 100 to get the scale. 100 divided by 48 is equal to, and that gives me a scale. My scale for this drawing, scale for this drawing is 1 is to 2, 0.2.08, and I can actually write that down here. It says scale over here and the drawing over here, and I'm going to write that in. 1 is to 2.08. Okay, and once I've got that, I can multiply any measurement that I make on this drawing by that scale. So I'm going to measure off this distance over here, that distance from the top of this thing down to the bottom. Okay, that, it says that I have got 50 millimeters going from that line up to there, so I say 50, clear, 50 multiplied by 2.08 is equal to 104, and I can then write that in over here. So here I go, I'm just going to draw a little line going out there, a little line going out there on my question, and I can write in that dimension over there as 104 millimeters. Okay, we don't need to write in millimeters because it is millimeters, and I can put some little arrows in if I wanted to. Not too important because this is a question paper. The other measurement that they've not given us over here is this measurement over here. I'm just going to take that in there, and that is, I'm getting 3 millimeters over there. So I say 3 multiplied by 2.08 is equal to, and I get 6.24. So that's basically 6 millimeters. Just going to draw that in over here. Line over there, and I'm going to put a little line on either side of that, little arrows, and write in here 6 millimeters. Right, there's my two measurements that I'm missing from this thing. Right, so, and oh yes, this measurement going from the center down to there, let's just measure that off. That is 10 millimeters down on the drawing, so I say 10 multiplied by 2.08 is equal to, and I get 20.8, so 21 millimeters going up to there. I'm just going to draw that in quickly. Measurement from there to there is 21. 21 millimeters going up there. Right, okay, once I've got those measurements, let's draw this thing in. I'm going to start out and I measure down 21 millimeters. 21 millimeters coming down from the center of this bracket, and I'm going to draw a little construction line coming across here. There we go. Right, it then says that I've got a 10 millimeter radius that we need to put in there. So what I do there is I take my pair of dividers, or a pair of compasses actually is probably easier, and I set them to 10 millimeters. Okay, I'm going to mark a little mark over there. On that construction line, I draw a line going back at 45 degrees there. I then take a line going across over here. I then take a 45-degree line coming down like that, because I need that little arc at that point over there as well. And I'm going to draw a line going up over here. There we go. And there we go. And once I've got that, I can then take my circle stencil. Now it's a 10 millimeter radius, which means it is a 20 millimeter diameter. I find the 20 millimeter diameter circle, line it up on those 2 points over there, and I smash a line coming around like that, go on to the other side, get those 2 points over there, smash a line coming around like that, and then I can link up a line coming across the bottom over there, and I need to then measure off from the bottom of this thing 104 millimeters going up, measuring 104 millimeters going up over here. Let's do that quickly, marking off on that center line up at the top, and I can then draw in a line coming across at the top over there. That's the bracket at the top. Drawing a line coming down from there, all the way to there, line coming down all the way from there to there. And what I can do now is I can now draw in these lines over here with my pair of compasses, these nice circles that I need to draw in from there, coming around. Let's just get that in place and draw that in nice and dark, coming around, 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 stop there. If they wanted hidden detail, then they should tell you to put hidden detail in. I don't think that they've told you to put hidden detail in on this thing. I hope not. Did they ask you for hidden detail? They haven't asked you for hidden detail. You could put hidden detail in, but they haven't asked for it. I'm not going to put hidden detail in because very often they don't. Okay, right. The next thing that I'm going to be able to see, if you look at this, they're going to have that washer and that bolt going through. They've asked for you to be able to see 3 faces. So when we position this thing, you'll be able to see what I'm meaning. Oh no, hang on, that's that bolt down at the bottom that they're talking about. Okay, let's just go with this. It says that it is a M10 nut. So what I need to do is I need to take that M10, go 10, multiplied by 1.5, you should know that calculation, and that gets you 15 millimeters. I'm going to divide that by 2 to get my 7.5 millimeter radius, or I can take this thing over here, and I can use this to get the thing. So I'm going to go in here. We said that it was 15 millimeter diameter that I can use. Let's just find that 15 millimeter diameter circle. Knock this in on those center lines quickly, as fast as I can. Bang that in there. Right, I'm going to say we need to see 3 faces on the right view as well. To do that, if I need 3 faces to be seen on the right view, I need to have vertical lines coming down over here and over there. And then I use my set square to draw lines and tangents to the circle, going from there to there, from there to there, turn that around, tangent from there to there, from there to there, and draw these lines coming down over here, from there to there, and from there to there. Right, note that little circle that I got in there, that's the 10 millimeter, the M10 multiplied by 1.5, giving me a 15 millimeter diameter for that circle. Using my circle stencil, I drew that. Right, okay, once I've got that, I now need to draw in this nut coming, this bolt coming through here with this nut on top of it. I'm going to need to measure down that 6 millimeters that we calculated over there. So I measure down 6 millimeters, pop that in over here. I'm just going to draw a construction line coming across there, okay? Would be a hidden detail line going across there. I'm just going to do it as a sort of construction line, just so that you can see it. I then have a 10 millimeter hole which needs to go through there. Let's just do that anyway. I'm going to get my circle stencil, pop that in over there, get my 10 millimeter circle in there. I'm just going to put a little construction line on that side, construction line on that side, and I would have the 5 millimeter gap. So I've got construction line or hidden detail lines. These are construction lines that I'm drawing though. Okay, once I've got that, you'll be able to see that I need to push this thing through, and they say that there is a washer there on the bottom and a washer at the top over there. Quite important, because that's going to influence how long this bolt actually is on our drawing. So this washer, they've told us that there is a washer, a 2 millimeter washer that we're going to be using over there, and I need to measure off that 2 millimeters. So we come in over here, measuring off 2 millimeters, come in over there, measure that off. I would have a washer over here, coming across at the bottom, and the bolt would be underneath that. But we don't need to draw all of that, because remember I said we're not doing hidden detail. What I do need to know is this 56 millimeters over here. So I'm measuring 56 millimeters. Note that 56, measuring that off, taking that from where that washer is, knocking that up over there, draw in a construction line going across the top of that. That gives me the height of the bolt. It says that it is an M10 bolt, so I'm going to take my circle stencil. I've already actually done that. I've got the 5 millimeters on either side, so I can take the lines going up over here. There's a line going up over there. I'm just doing construction lines for now. A line going up over there. What we need is another washer on top, so we measure off the 2 millimeters again. 2 millimeters, mark that off over here. There's my 2 millimeters. Take that. Construction line coming across. What is the diameter of that washer? It says that it is 22 millimeters. I'm going to take my stencil over here. It says 22 millimeters. It's a 22 millimeter diameter. Just going to do a little construction line arc on that side, construction line arc on that side. I can now drop lines coming down over here, from there, and from there. And I now have the washer that I can draw in dark over here. Nice little dark washer, little line there, and a line going over the top of that. Right, I then need to draw in the three-faced nut over there, and I need to do that as fast as I can. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to actually use a stencil for that, because I can. Finding a stencil quickly. There we go. Somewhere around here. There we go. That's the stencil from HSE. Quite a nice stencil. It gives you an M10 over there. What I need to do is I need to get the height of the nut. Now they said the height of the nut is 8 millimeters. So I need to measure up 8 millimeters over here. Let's just measure off 8 millimeters. 8 millimeters going up from the top of that washer, going over there, knocking that in there, take a line coming across over here, take my M10 stencil, pop that in on that line that I just drew, take my pencil, and I go across here. This pencil is a little thick for the stencil. Okay, I'm just going to use this 0.3 pencil. I normally use a 0.5 pencil. There we go, going across, down, go on all of those little humps is there. There, go back, and there we go. There's our stenciled nut in there. Right, once I've got that, I can take lines coming down over here, from there, from there, from there, and from there. Right, once you've got that in place, I need to do the rest of that thread going up to the top over there. Now it's an M10. I multiplied the M10 by 0.1. 10 multiplied by 0.1 is equal to 1 millimeter. So the thread on this is 1 millimeter, but I need to multiply that by 2 because I've got thread on either side of that bolt. So multiplied by 2, that gives me 2 millimeters. Right, take that away from 10 and I'll end up with 8 millimeters. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my circle stencil again with the 8 millimeter circle, pop that on that center line over there. I'm going to draw in some construction lines on either side of that. Just a little construction line arc on that side, construction line arc on that side. I now have construction lines which I'm going to just draw up over here to the top there. Construction line going up from there to there. You can see those two construction lines with the thread. I can now take my 0.3 pencil and I can actually darken those in straight away with a nice 0.3 line. There we go, coming down to the top of the nut, going down to the top of the nut. Right, once you've done that, you take your 0.7 pencil or your 0.5 pencil and you go there, 45 degree there, line coming across, over there, line going up, 45 degrees, and I am going to draw a line going at the top of that, and a line coming down with my 0.5 pencil, or my 0.7 pencil, coming down over there and over there, and you can see I've got thin lines for the thread and thick lines for the outlines of that whole story. Right. That is basically the front view finished. What I need to do now is I need to draw the sectional view on this cutting plane AA. To do that, I'm going to first of all put it in the cutting plane AA. I've got a center line that's coming through this thing, short dash, long dash over here, and I'm going to darken in this part. Note this, you get marks for this, so do it, darken in that part, and you can then just going to rub out the top of that over there. Okay, so I've got darken in, take a line over here, nice 0.3 dark line coming out for about 20 millimeters, nice dark line coming out for about 20 millimeters. Take my pencil, draw a nice big lengthy arrow, sort of about 7 millimeters out more or less. Draw a nice lengthy arrow coming out. 7 millimeters coming out. There we go. And I write in A and A. Right, once I've done that, you need to come back and have a look-see at this. And you will be able to see that there is a washer that I've missed on this thing. I need to draw that washer in. It said that it is a 22 millimeter washer. Take my circle stencil again, and I'm going to knock in a 22 millimeter washer around that. Go, smash that around there, and that is that front view done. Right, let's get on with the sectional right view of this. Okay, I'm standing on this side of this thing. I'm looking across from the right hand side. Whatever I see along that cutting plane, that's what I'm going to be drawing over here. Okay, so let's take some lines coming out from all of these parts. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take the center line coming out over here. In fact, I'm just going to draw that in. Long dash, short dash, long dash, short dash, long dash, short dash, long dash. Don't stress about the length of it. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go right. Let's do long dash, short dashes coming down here. long dash, short dash, 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 long dash. Right, and now that I know that my left view is definitely going to fit in over here without any problems. To start that, let's work out from the center. I'm going to start with this pulley, and we're going to look at the dimensions of this pulley. They have given us very little information on this pulley. Okay, I'm going to draw something quickly, and then I'm going to come back to this video, because without those dimensions we can't really draw this pulley. You can see I've drawn this pulley now, and I've also drawn the right view of the bracket. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is just to make sure that you get all these dimensions. I say that the inside part of that pulley over there, from there to there, that is a diameter of 80. You can see that the hidden detail over there, so diameter 80 for that. This internal part of this thing is a diameter of 14 millimeters. Okay, and I'm going to take it that the external diameter of it is going to be 22. So this diameter over here would be 22. I'm just going to put a little arrow over there and say diameter of 22. Right, once I've got that in place, let me get going over here, and I'm going to draw out this pulley. Note, I need to make sure that I have that little bit of hidden detail there, and the hole going through, which is a diameter of 14. So I come over here, I'm going to start with that diameter of 14, take my my circle stencil over here. I'm going to take the diameter of 14, which is over there. Let's pop that on over here. And I'm going to just draw a little construction line going on that side, going on that side. And I now have the diameter hole, construction line coming through there, a construction line coming through there. And that will obviously go through the whole of that pulley. It says that it's 26 millimeters. I'm going to take my 26 millimeter circle stencil again, pop that on the center line over here, do a little arc on that side, do a little arc on that side, and I now have the width of the pulley going up there, right? Let's get that a little bit more accurately, right? I then come in over here and I say that the full height of this thing, we've got that, so I can take a line coming across from the bottom of that, and you can still see my construction line circle over there. So from the top of that construction line circle, from the bottom of that circle, and that gives me the height of that pulley that I need in here. Right, the next thing that I need to look at, it says that it is 26 millimeters. I've already got that. It says that this inside gap over here is 16 millimeters. So I'm going to take my circle stencil again, get the 16 millimeter circle stencil in there, do a little construction line on that side, a little construction line on that side, take lines coming up over here, from there, and from there. Okay. And once I've done that, it says that I have that 80 millimeter diameter over there. So I'm going to take my pair of compasses, set that to 40 millimeter, go into the center over there, mark a 40 millimeter on that side, mark 40 millimeters on that side. I can now draw a line coming across over here, nice dark line coming across over there. No, that doesn't make sense. Sorry, let's just get a brain over here. 16 millimeters, 26 millimeters. Sure. All right, I need some more dimensions over here. Blast it. Okay. All right, so that's 16, 26. And I need these two little bits at the top over here. So I need another measurement over here. I'm just going to measure off quickly on this drawing. That is 8 millimeters there. 8 multiplied by 2.01. 8 multiplied by 2.01 is equal to, And that gives me 1608. No, that's not right. Okay, so I've made a mistake over here. Never mind. I've changed that dimension over there. It was meant to be 8 millimeters, so 8 millimeters on the inside over there. So we've measured off 8 millimeters now with my circle stencil. Just take your 8 millimeter diameter, pop that in over there. All right, so that's that. I then take some lines coming up over here. Just some construction lines coming up over here from the edges of that 8 millimeter. So from there, going down to there, and there, going down to there. Right, once I've got that, I'm just going to rub out this line that I did dark. Let's not do that. Rub that out. Okay. Right. So I've got 8 millimeters in there. I can draw in that little line coming in over there. 8 millimeters over there. 8 millimeters over there. Right. 16 millimeters to get these corners over here. That's, I should just put that onto the drawing as well. So that gap over there, let's just try and get that gap over there from the edge of that, from there to there, and from there to there. We're going to call that 16 millimeters over there. 16 millimeters. Pop that onto the drawing. Sorry, all these dimensions that aren't part of this drawing. Right, 16 millimeters. And I can now draw in lines that are going to go from that corner to that corner. From that corner over there, down to that corner over there. And the same story over here. That corner to that corner. And from that corner to that corner over there. Right, once you've done that, you can take that. Draw a line. Right. Lines going down to where the hole is. Line coming down to where the hole is over there. Line coming down to where the hole is over there. Down to where the hole is over there. Right. Just knock a line at the top over there. Top over there. And that hole I'm going to be able to see going all the way through this thing. Remember, we have sectioned through there, and we have got a 14 millimeter hole diameter over there. Right, inside of that hole, what am I going to do? I'm going to put in a bush on either side. So there's my bush. It says that it's 13 millimeters there, and 15 millimeters in length. So coming from that center line over there, we're going to measure out our 15 millimeters. 15 millimeters over there. Bomb that in over here. That'll give us the 2 millimeters on that side and the 2 millimeters on that side. And I can then draw in a construction line going over there and going over there. Let's just darken that construction line so you can see it. I then have this diameter, this outer diameter of 22 millimeters. I'm just going to take my circle stencil again. It's the most accurate way I found of doing this nice and quickly. Get the 22 millimeter circle stencil, knock that on that line over there, and just draw a little construction line arc on that side, construction line arc on that side, and I can now draw that back into the drawing. There's a nice accurate marking over there and there. Take that up there. Nice little accurate mark there and there. Right, there's the bush. I need to get the internal diameter of that, which is the 14, and then that very inside part is obviously going to be the 10 millimeters. So I can come in here with my 10 millimeter circle stencil, put that on the center line, draw a little construction line on that side, a little construction line on that side, and I know that I've got my 10 millimeter gap perfect over there. Draw that in, draw that in. Okay, and once I've done that, no, there are two of them. Make sure that you make a nice little line there, just to show that there are two of them, and we can finish off the edges of those quite nicely. There we go, and there we go. Now, what I'm going to do very quickly is I'm going to hatch this part while I'm at it, and just show you If I was looking at this pulley as if it had been unsectioned, you would see all of these lines coming down here. Now you're going to see that I don't have those lines coming down anymore. I'm going to hatch all the way through this thing with my 45-degree set square. Take that, and I go hatching as fast as I can, going across this whole thing there, and that little piece over there. There. Note, I'm pushing the pencil. You'll find that it goes much more quickly if you're pushing. Note, I'm hatching up to the edge of that bush over there. There we go. Right, that I could start over here. Note, I'm doing this part over here now as well. And there's the pulley hatched. So I've cut through that pulley all the way through where AA is touching. Right, that's all beautifully hatched. The bush over here, that also needs to be hatched. I'm going to change the direction, and I'm going to change the how small the little gaps are between the hatching. Right, see the hatching for this, it's all traveling in that direction and it's quite closely spaced. Over here, same story, I'm just going to change the direction of it. It's going in the same direction as the hatching for the main thing, but the scaling, the spacing that I'm using for the actual hatching lines is very small, just to show that I've got two different bushes. There we go. That's all hatched. Note that bush over there, the hatching is going in that direction. That bush over there, the hatching is going in that direction. Right, once we've got that, the next thing that I'm going to do is I need to push what do I need to do? I need to put this bracket over this whole thing. So there's the bracket. It says that it's 42 millimeters going across. Do I have a 42 millimeter circle? No, I don't. Okay. Right, how disappointing. 42, take 42, I know you could do this in your head, but 42 divided by 2 is equal to 21. Take 21 millimeters, measure that off, go to your center line over here, measure off 42 on that, or the 21 on that side, 21 on that side, and you'll end up with your perfect 6 millimeter gap. There we go, on either side, a nice little construction line. I'm just going to use colored pencils over here for my construction lines. It's easier for you to see. There we go, construction line going up there, construction line going up there. Right, from that I can then say, all right, well, there's the base of this thing, and that's going to come across over here to there. It's going to come across from there to there. I can then measure up to the top of this thing. There's the top. Let's just get that out the way. Note, lining it up on that line over there, taking a construction line across over there so we can see the top of it, and I can draw in the top of it. Let me just get that in place. Line coming across over here. Oh, hang on, I must just be a bit careful. I've got a hole going through this thing that I mustn't forget. Remember, we've got this little hidden detail bit over there, and it says that it's a diameter of 10 millimeters. Let's not forget that. Take that circle stencil again and get 10 millimeters in there. 10 millimeter circle, just a little arc on that side, little arc on that side, and I can then draw in a line coming out there and out there. Right, okay, I'm just going to do that up to that line now. Line coming across to there, line coming across to there. Right, once I've got that, I've got the bracket in place. I can take a 45-degree line coming down, just a nice little construction line coming down over here at 45 degrees. And that's going to, and over here, I'm just going to do the same thing. This is a construction line at 45 degrees over there. And with that, I should be able to get this, note the 6mm thing that I did over there, line coming across over there. Now remember, I've just cut through this thing. So, yes, so I need to draw in a line, which is going to come across over there. Okay, I'm not going to draw it in just yet because there's a bolt that's coming through there. I need to put that in place before I draw anything on this thing. Right, okay, let's start with that bolt and that washer. Remember, I said that I had that little washer space over there of 10mm, of 2mm over there. I'm going to take that across into this drawing over here. We said that those washers were 22mm in diameter. There's the washer. I'm just going to take my circle stencil again, get the 22mm circle, put that on the center line, draw a little arc on that side, a little arc on that side, and then I've got that 22mm gap that I need. Just going to take my set square, draw in a line coming down over there. There's the edge of the washer. Line coming down over there. There's the edge of the washer. I'm going to take that off the board. Draw a line coming across over here. I can draw a line coming across all the way over here because of the washer. Right, once I've got that, I need to draw in the little nut and bolt story. Now, I'm going to actually construct the nut and bolt. I know I could use a stencil, but I think it's important for you to see how to do the nut and bolt story. I'm going to, first of all, draw in a construction of the nut and bolt story. So just up here, I need to get that 15mm circle done, which is a 7.5mm radius, so 7.5mm radius, which I can draw in with a pair of compasses. Note, it's just a construction line that I'm doing. This is just an auxiliary view. I want to see 3 faces of this thing, so I'm going to take a line coming across like that, and then I take a line going up at the 60 degrees over here, and at 60 degrees over there, as a tangent to that. A line at 60 degrees going up over here, tangent to that circle. I'm going to take a line coming across the center of that circle. I can then drop that down. Some construction lines coming down. Let's just sharpen this pencil quickly. Right, there we go. Construction lines coming down from that corner over there, from that corner over there, from that corner over there, and from that corner over there. Once I've got that in place, I need to measure off. It says that it is the head of this bolt over here is 8mm. Same story over there, 8mm. And I just wanted to see, yeah, so we're going to put 3 faces on that. Okay, so here we go. 8mm, I need 8mm measured off. There's my 8mm, measuring that off. Go to the top of that washer, or the bottom of that washer over there. Draw a little construction line coming across over here. Construction line coming across over here from there, going across to there, right? So that's the top of the bolt. I now take lines coming from, note that corner over there, note where it hooks up over here, 60 degrees going that way, that corner, drop it down where it touches the top of the bolt, take 60 degrees going that way. Note that corner where it touches the top of the bolt, 60 degrees going that way. That corner over there where it touches the top of the bolt over here, 60 degrees going that way. There's the construction lines that you need in order to draw the little curves that you need. Extend that out to that center line and draw a little arc coming around like that over there. Take your pair of compasses, set them back again to this little radius over here. Let's just get that in. This is quite tricksy. Little arc over there. Same story on this side. A little arc. Let's just get this in the right place. Little arc over here. Right, once I've got that in place, I draw a line going across the top of this. Over there. I take my 60-degree set square. I draw a little construction line, line at 60 degrees that way, or 30 degrees at least, and 30 degrees that way, just tangents to the top of those two arcs. A line coming down over there, a line coming to where the two intersections of those arcs are, to where the two intersections of those arcs are, and a line coming to that corner over there. Right, there is the construction of the nut, the bolt. That bolt, we said, came all the way out to this point over here, so I need to draw a line coming out to there. And I have the nut that goes on top. Now the nut is going to have exactly the same story over here. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to use that stencil again, just to draw that in, and you should see it's more or less exactly what I've just drawn, except I took a lot longer to do that. Right, let's just take the M10, there's that M10 bolt over there. Take that, line it up on the drawing over here. Let's get that on that center line as quickly and easily as I can. That looks good from where I'm standing. It's quite tricky. Right, once we've got that, take my pencil, stick it in, go over the top, click that. Go over the bottom so you get all the little humps. And there we go. There's my bolts done. Right. With that, I have another washer that I need to draw in over here. Just a construction line coming across. You can see the top of my washer over there. That washer hasn't disappeared in this view. So I need to draw that. And we've got the 22 millimeters for that washer coming off this washer at the bottom. There we go. There we go. Line coming across the top of that, line coming across the bottom of that. Note you don't hatch washers. Lines coming from the corner there, from the corner there, from the corner there, and from the corner there. And I can now draw in the M10 thread on this thing. It's going to be the same as that M10 thread over there. Take my 10 millimeter circle stencil, pop that onto that center line up there, draw a little construction line on either side, one on that side, one on that side. I can take lines, just saying I need to get the 8 millimeter as well. Remember we said that we needed to get the thread on this thing, so take your 8 millimeter circle, get a little circle going on the inside of this. Let's just knock that up there so you can see the difference. There we go, there we go. Right, I'm going to draw in the 8 millimeter thread first with my 0.3 pencil, coming from the top over here down to the top of the nut. Notice it's going right from the top, there it is, coming down over there to the top of the nut. Right, once I've got that in place, just going to draw a little construction line coming across from where the top of the thread is. There it is. I can take my 45-degree set square and draw in a nice dark line with a 0.5 pencil over there. Nice dark line with a 0.5 pencil over there. That should give me my 10 millimeter story coming down over here. There's there. there. That's perfect. And I can draw a line going across over here. That's my 0.5, and a line going across there for the 8 millimeters at the top. Right, there we go. That's the thread done on that story. Right, I just need to finish off the bolt going through this story. Wow, this is a big drawing. Okay, here we go. Let's do, first of all, I need to have a washer on either side of this. There's a washer there, there's a washer there. Sorry, let's just show that to you. Washer there, washer there. I need to put those two washers on. And they would be the 22 millimeter washers again. Take your 22 millimeter circle stencil, get that lined up over here on this thing. Just draw in 22 millimeters on that side, 22 millimeter arcs. Okay, take that over there, line coming across 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 over there. Okay, once we've got that in place, the washer size is 2 millimeters, we said. Yeah, 2 millimeters, so I can measure off the 2 millimeters. That would be over there, right, 2 millimeters out. Draw in a line coming down over here for that washer. Go 2 millimeters out over here, 2 millimeters coming down over there. Take the lines coming across from there to there, from there to there. Line coming across from there to there, from there to there. Okay, that more or less does that. I can take lines coming all the way down to the bottom of this bracket. So that would be from the very top over here, very top of this bracket, which is up there, coming all the way down to there. From the very top of the bracket, coming all the way down to there. Right, I have a bolt which needs to come through. That 10 millimeter bolt, which is in here. So I can have a line coming through over there, line coming through over there, line coming through over there, line coming through over there. And I can draw in this line coming down from there, coming all the way down, 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 all the way to there. Same story on this side. Line coming from there, all the way down over here, stops there, goes down, stops there. Right, there is the bracket done, and I can draw in this little line going across from there. That's good. Once I've got that, I think I'm going to just hatch that very quickly. I always use hatching just to slow the pace down a bit, so that I can just think of what I need to do next. Especially when you're doing these videos, they're quite intense. Right, so I'm just hatching this bracket as fast as I can. See me doing it on both sides now. So there, that, and that, that, and that. That doesn't need any more hatching there for now. There, there. Can do a little bit there. That. So I'm doing it there, there. Let's just keep it going fast as I can. Try to get into the good habit of seeing where the hatching needs to be placed, so I don't need to do hatching and then go back and rehatch. Just try and figure out exactly where it's going to go on all the parts of the drawing. So you do a little bit there, a little bit there, coming in over here, a little bit there, a little bit there. Now I must just concentrate here. Remember there was that 10mm hole that I needed. I've forgotten to put that in. There's my 10mm hole story in here. Remember the bolt that's going through. I've forgotten to put that in. That's that. That's correct. There you go. Okay, that's good. Okay, I can continue over here. There. All right, this is going to be interesting. I must just remember to come back over here. Sorry, there we go. That's that. There. Just doing it with the 0.3 pencils easier.
more accurate. There we go, there we go. There we go, and there we go.
Right, remember that over there, but there's some thread in there, so take your 0.3 pencil and remember to put that thread in over here and over there. Right, there's the thread in there. I think the last thing that we need to do is to put in the nut and the bolt story. Right, let's start with the that nut and bolt. Do the bolt first. I've already got that picture over there, so I can draw in some lines coming from there. Line coming across. Line coming across over there. A line coming across over there. And a line coming across over there. Right, once I've got that, it said that it was an 8mm height of the bolt head, so let's get 8mm off here. Measure off 8mm over there. Let's draw in this little line going across from there to there. Right, once I've done that, so I'll take that stencil again because it's nice and quick and easy. Let's get that on here. Place that M10 on top of that little line that I just drew. Just get that in the right place. And I can now draw in that line over there. That line coming around there. That. Okay, and once you've done that, you can finish that off quickly with some lines coming from there to there, go to there, there to there, there to there, and there to there. Right, that's that done. I need a bolt on the a nut on the other side. Let's do that. So another 8mm on this side. Let's pop 8mm thing on that side. Draw in a construction line going over here just to get that in line. There we go. Take my stencil again. Get that in place on the drawing on top of the thing over there. Right, get my pencil. Draw that, that, and that. And then I can go over here. Draw these lines coming down from there. Oh, I chose the wrong stencil. Look at that. Right, be careful that you choose the correct stencil. That's very important. You'll see that over there I drew some lines across and straight away I knew that I was using the right stencil. This time around I thought I'd joke the system, didn't do it, and I messed up. Right, so there we go. Let's get the M10 over there. It's a much better stencil to use here. Right, get my pencil again. Draw that in over there, there. There we go. Right, now we can draw it in, and that will look a bit better. There we go. It should be there, there, and there. And then we need to look at the length of the bolt. The length of the bolt over here, it says 64 from that end to the end. So make sure that you get that correct. 64mm, let's measure that off. 64mm going from there out to there. Doesn't give too much thread on the outside, but it's fine. Take that. Use a construction line over here. Nice little construction line coming down over there. I've got my M10 bolt going through there and through there. Right. Okay, from that, I need to get the M8 thread. Remember, we've got M8 thread on this thing. So I need to take my 8mm circle stencil, get the thread in here. I'm just going to take this. I'm just going to put it over there so you can see this idea of where I'm getting my M8 thread. Not M8, the M10 has thread, which would be 8mm. So I've got 8mm diameter circle over there, giving me a construction line over there, and a construction line coming back over there, a construction line
coming over there and over there.
Right. See that little construction line, that little construction line, that little construction line. From there, I then take my 45-degree set square and I draw a line going down at 45 degrees from the thread, and again on this side 45 degrees
coming down from there to there.
I then draw in the
10 is a little bit there, a little bit there.
I then take my picture again and I say, all right, well, how long is the thread? It says that it's 40 millimeters going back over there. Very important. Measure that off, 40 millimeters. Take that from the end of the thing and mark that in over there. You draw a nice dark
0.5 line coming down over here. All right.
See that nice dark line? I then take my 0.3 pencil and I'm going to draw a line going
from that line that I just drew all the way across to the washer over there, and obviously that little piece over there, from that dark line that I just drew over there, all the way across to the washer, and that little piece in there.
Right, once I've got that, I then take this and I'm just going to finish off the end of it over here with a 0.5 pencil. 0.5 pencil again, drawing a line going across there. So you've got the 0.3 lines sticking through there, and that line over there is 0.5, that line over there is 0.5, that line over there is 0.5. These two lines on the inside are 0.3, and I then take my 30-degree set square and I finish it off by drawing a line at 30 degrees going there, and 0.3 line again at 30 degrees from there to there, giving me the end of the thread on the bolt. Right, that I think is everything that you need to do. The last thing that I would like you to do is to do a little label over here and call this section N section A dash A. That just helps the person reading the drawing. He goes, okay, section AA, I look for the section line AA, and that's what I'm going to see when I cut through this whole story. Right, thank you folks, that was fun. So I made a bit of a mistake over here. If you look at this drawing over here, you'll see that there is a this circle over here with that 76 diameter. Note that it's that circle, it's this like indent that comes into this thing, so we need to show that, and you'll see that there's a little bit of hidden detail there on either side of those things that I drew, and those are the same diameter as the outside of this bush over here. So I'm just going to take some lines coming back into the drawing over here, lines coming back into the drawing over there to there, and from there to there. These lines that I've got over here come from those corners down over there, and that corner coming down over there, and I'm now going to draw in, same story over here, coming back from that bush over there, coming back from that bush over there. Just draw in a line that is going to go to the top over there, and from there to there, and from, I'll just show you where I'm getting these lines from, there to there, from there to there. You see these orange lines that I've got from the top of that circle over there, from the bottom of that circle coming across. That's where I'm stopping those lines, and I now need to draw a little line that comes across there and over there, and the same story over there to show that little indent. And then I've just got to finish off the hatching over here on this little piece in here, going in there. That's yeah, that's all good. And this little piece needs a bit of hatching in there. There we go. So you can see that, and I'm just going to finish the hatching in there. I had to rub it out, and that little piece in there. Right. So there we go. There's the pulley corrected, and hopefully everything is good on that drawing.